So, what's America to do now that World War One is over and we effectively won it? Our president, Woodrow Wilson, wants to get back to some sort of normalcy. So, he wants to eliminate what caused World War One in the first place. Very famous document he publishes is called the 14 Points. Now, he had 14 ideas for how to make the world safe. And you can look at these on the right here, and these are all the 14 points, but the main idea is self-determination. Countries should not have to go to war just because their allies did. We also need freedom of the seas. Merchant ships should be free to go across the ocean and not be shot at. They should be able to just get where they need to go without fear. No one country owns the ocean, so therefore everyone should have access to it. And in an effort to bring everyone together, he wants to form a League of Nations. And League of Nations is exactly how it sounds. It's a way for countries to get together and just kind of be all together and talk about stuff before they have issues with each other. Now, this is the US president's idea of what should happen to restore peace in the world. Main event is in Europe. Where you see here, this is a big gathering at the Palace of Versailles in France. Germany is forced into signing the Treaty of Versailles. Now, this treaty has very important points that are going to have massive ramifications for the rest of the world. The French and English, they want to punish Germany severely, which meant they wanted to make Germany pay for the whole thing. That's going to be a lot of money. New countries are going to come out of this. All right, so new nations are going to come out, and I'm going to show you an example of this in a second. A mandate system was set up in the Middle East. So the Ottoman Empire and Germany and its allies had colonies or colonial possessions in the Middle East. So now that they had been beaten, it was left up to the allied countries against them to manage these systems, because you can't just yank out a leader and leave them leaderless. So countries in the Middle East are falling under the jurisdiction of the side that won the war. And also, Woodrow Wilson would have agreed with this. A League of Nations was created. So take a look at the map. This is what the world looked like before World War One. And all the powers you see in orange were the good guys. All the ones in pink were the bad guys. Now take a look at what happens to the losers. They got dissolved into a bunch of different countries. Yeah. So they had to lose their world conquering ways and break up and leave everything the way it was before. Too bad, so sad for Germany. Now, you might think since America went into World War One and ended it, we would join the League of Nations. But we didn't. All right. Our US Senate is like, alliances got the world into that situation in the first place. So while the Europeans want us to join the League of Nations, our Senate says no to it. And America does not join. We remain isolationist. Now, what does this all mean for us? So let's fast forward just a couple years for a second. World War II is going to happen in about 20 years from now. Now, Germany has to pay for entire World War, so we see a lot of embittered people come out of this. Now, one of those people is Adolf Hitler, and he's going to ride a tide of not wanting to pay back that money and other factors to start World War II. All right, and I will get into more World War II in a few units. That is World War I for now.